All right, my beautiful people, how you doing? You guys doing good? Got the stock market there looking all beautiful today. I'm not going to make a video on stocks right now. I'm going to post a clip today. Well, make sure you're on the live streaming channel because that's where we've been on. We did like 5-6 hours today, and that was fun. I love you guys. We're going to be on tomorrow in the morning, 6 a.m. Pacific. But I have a cool clip from 2 days ago about explaining option pricing and mispricing, and I know some of you had questions on that, so we're going to discuss that. But I'm going to talk about why you are not accomplishing your goals, or how to accomplish your goals, but more so by saying how to do it, by saying what's stopping you. Now, this is a touchy subject. First, answer the poll. Do you believe in what I'm talking about? Well, really, it's the devil. Yes, oh shit, I gave it away. So, disclaimer, this is a touchy subject for people, but let me show you where I'm coming from here with this. I have something to explain. This is not religious, and it's not because the word devil literally means the accuser, the opposition, or quite simply, the enemy. And now, this is what I think is the problem with trading, and this is why people are falling for guru scams and whatever it may be. This is why they are trading and thinking, oh, I'm just going to trade with real money. I'm not going to paper trade or do any of this, and they fail. They don't understand they're in a battle. You don't understand you're fighting something or somebody. And imagine that if you are in a fight, and, imagine you came over to my house and I said, hey, you're going to spend the day with Josh Answers, sign these forms. And in the bottom disclaimer, it says, by signing this form, you are entering into a full-blown cage match the minute you walk in my door. And you come over and I'm all geared up, ready to go. And I ring a bell and I start jumping on you. I'd win. Maybe, I don't know, some of you are pretty big and buff, but I think I'd have a pretty big upper hand. But you imagine being in a situation. Have any of you been jumped? Honestly, did you not know you were in a fight and then got in a fight? But even worse is kind of just not being aware. So that's what I'm talking about. And now, this is my basis. I talked about this in the last video, and this is what inspired me, is that I did talk about some of these concepts. You could call it religious, call it whatever you want, but I was very receptive. People were very receptive towards it, and I want to talk more about it because I'm glad that my subscribers and you guys are intellectual enough to understand this. That's why when I say the definition, it comes from a Hebrew word. There's different Greek translations. That's where Satan came about. And then also, it's looking throughout history. Christianity isn't the only reference of this devil, the accuser, this opposition, or anything. And that's where I want you guys to realize there is a universal truth. Most religions, except for about polytheism and Hinduism, they don't have one specific central figure for evil or opposition, but they're one of, many gods have both good and bad side, but everything else, Islam, it's called Shaitan. I'm Arabic, so I could say that. And there's evil spirits. I think in Indian and Buddhism, it's called Mara. I say it like an Arab, not an Indian, so I'm not too sure on that. But hopefully you're following the point of why is this important. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you don't believe in any of this stuff, good. You don't have to. But I'm sure a lot of you guys believe in history. And you just look through text, and there's a reason why people have brought this up. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to try to make this concise and clear, but I want to make sure you guys are aware now you're in a battle. And this is for trading. This is for accomplishing your goals and stopping stuff, because again, the opposition, the enemy, the devil has many tactics, and I want to talk about those because one of the biggest thing is distractions. He can distract you. And again, I personify the devil. Maybe that's where my religious background comes in, by personifying this devil as this one evil entity spirit, and maybe that could be my flaw. However, for you, bear with me when I'm saying this, though. The devil, this opposition, the thing, think about it. Why is distraction, right? Imagine you're going towards your goals and a pretty girl starts calling your phone and she hits you up, the hottest girl you ever met in your life. That could distract you. Doesn't mean that was the devil. It's not like some evil spirit. All women are bad, or this or that. But it's saying the time you put towards that, is that going to stop you from putting that in there? My devil that I deal with is sleeping late. That's one of my distractions, because think about it. It's the enemy. It's an opposition. It stops me. It's an adversary preventing me from reaching my goals, because it starts these cycles and moods and all that. So I want to talk about that with you guys. I want to know, and now answer this question. Do you believe in the devil? Do you believe there is this adversary force stopping you? And I want to know, because I've had talks with people on this before, and some people have never been exposed to this concept. They're like, I've never heard of the devil in my life, or Satan, and they've only viewed it in a Hollywood sense, but that's about it. So that's why I'm asking you guys, what do you believe with it? And now, too, the point, this is like the last video, I'm going to talk about this, but there's a main point, and that main point is literally make a game plan and understand you're in a battle right now. You need to fight now. You know what I'm saying? This is a very, TTF, the cult, this is very militaristic. When I'm saying you're in a battle, you need to have a strategy. You got to understand offense and defense, and this is a fight for your life. And really, that's what I'm saying. Your goals, have you guys heard that phrase? How bad do you want it? And, you got to want it more than you want to breathe, this and that. It's, you see, I'm thinking, I'm pondering, because I'm like, it's easy to not want something, or it's easy to say you want something, but when you're getting punched in the face, you only have two options. You either take the hits, or you fight back, or you run away. Either way, they're all doing something, and that's where I want you guys to understand. You need to know when to fight back, when to take hits, when to run away, and come on. Can I not say that same exact phrase I just said for trading? You need to know when to trade. You need to know when not to trade, and you need when to run away and when to take a loss. It's stuff you see in so many ways. So that's what I want to talk about, and I've already talked about it. I got a few more concepts. I wrote them down here. I'm going to share with you guys. But now, make sure you guys like the video, like I've been saying. I'm telling you in the middle of the video, so those who watch this far, I love you. I appreciate you, for real. It'll make sure you don't miss these, and I'm sure you've been seeing my videos now more as you've been liking them. So YouTube's been cucking us on that, so make sure you guys are in there. But, yeah, let's talk. All right. So, I got my notes. I'm ready, but now, got the speakers behind me. Listen to this song I'm going to play for you guys. You could listen to it on SoundCloud, so I have the link below for you guys. But I made a little song on it. It's not finished yet, so I wanted to release it for you guys. Let me know, is it good? Should I finish it? You guys tell me what you think about it. But let me start with a, scientific explanation of how people have looked at the devil, or whatever it may be, Satan, whatever you want to call it, right? All these opposing beings, so all these, that's however any religion definition, how the world throughout history and context has referred to it, they all oppose, or the beings promote the material, all opposing beings, so the devil promotes materialism of the world rather than the more spiritual route of abstaining from stuff. And that could be, and that's where religious texts say, do this, do that, and that's, again, not what I'm saying here. As from the stuff in order to obtain the next, okay, hold on. Rather than from, okay, let me start over with this. All these opposing beings promote the materialism of this world rather than the more spiritual route of abstaining from stuff in order to obtain the next world, or to reach the next level, simply. And that could be in any aspect, is what I'm saying. In other words, the primary role of Satan in the various guises in world religions is the rejection of the spiritual wishful thinking and the embracing of our present real world life. And it seems that from this point of view of philosophical naturalism, Satan turns out to be the quote-unquote good guy. So you guys see where I'm coming from this. I have my degree in political science, and I dual degree, and I have a degree in philosophy. This is, the natural philosophy sense. And it's saying, these devils promote this wishful thinking of having faith and believing in stuff and abstaining from this to do this, whereas the devil is really realistic. Or it's saying, focus on the reality. So let me tell you an example. It's saying, you're broke right now. What would the devil or realism say? You have no money, you can't trade stocks. You need money to invest, so you can't trade stocks. You can't invest. You don't have education. You didn't grow up in the right family. You didn't grow up here. All of that is real and factual. Honestly, my parents don't know anything about the stock market. My parents are foreign, and they immigrated from Egypt. They don't speak English. They do now, but it's comical English. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think I do the accent so well? This is exactly what I grew up listening to my whole entire life. And all of that stuff. So yeah, and I'm a realist, and you guys could see it in my balance of stuff that you need to, and that's why I say it's a balance. It's all about balance. Honestly, the extreme on any end, I think the extreme on any end is the devil. That's what I'd call it. But realistically, being too realistic and too optimistic is bad. You want to fall somewhere in the middle, but do you see how it stops you from trying? If you are a realist, most realists, and that's why I said most smart people aren't that successful, or they cap themselves out because they're such realists. Why would you try to do something if the current state of the norm says you're not cut out for it, you don't have it? So that's a very important thing, and that's the first part I'm sharing with you guys. So the next thing is understanding that you guys are in a fight, and that's what I've told you. And now everything is a fight. That's what you guys got to realize. Everything, and this always isn't a bad thing. And really, a lot of you guys, imagine I gave you guys a piece of land. You guys know I could do that, actually. I could go right now with one of my properties. I could take one of these 12 houses I have, and I could go write one of them and issue convey the deed of trust into your name, and you would have no idea. Imagine that. You would literally have no idea. I don't have to notify you, but imagine you had a property or you land, but you didn't think it was yours. You know, you didn't know. If you don't know you have something, you're not fighting for it. You know, so if you don't think you have an opportunity, why are you going to fight for it? If you don't think there's a chance to make money, why are you going to try? That's what happens. You take a loss. Why do you think you don't go after? You're like, oh, this isn't for me. But realistically, some of you have stuff set aside for you. So I think, honestly, I'm entitled. I'm entitled as fuck. I believe I have things that are mine. And you know what I'm saying? When I see some of this stuff on the market, you know, getting this next crash and buying that's mine. I'm entitled to that. Why? No reason except I did the work. I put it in there, and I'm not going to quit. I'm going to fight for it. Simple as that. That's all. Whoever doesn't want it, fight me. Or if you want it, let's see who's stronger. You know what I'm saying? But that's where it is. But it's good and bad, you know, because sometimes you guys think this is negative. It's not. Like, you could have a blessing in your life. Like, imagine you guys buy a house, right? You get a new house. That's awesome. That's a great position to be in. You get a new job. You're making a lot of money. You get a new car. All those things are awesome, but you have to fight to keep them. Your house, you got to pay the mortgage payment. Or guess what? You got now, things are different than before. And that's what happens too. If you guys, again, it says from promoting people to reaching the next level. That's what I think with your goals. You know, you guys want to go from making no money to a lot of money. Get ready to fight more, is what I'm trying to tell you. You know, you buy that house, you get it. Great. You didn't have a house before, you were renting your whole life. You now have to deal with maintenance. Yeah, you have to pay property taxes. You have to fight a little harder for it. You're going to take care of it differently. Your car, the car is great. I love it. Everyone asks me, you know, Ferrari. They'd always talk to me about this. Is it great? Why do you think I don't drive it? My Phantom, I've driven it once in 2019 so far. And I could count on the number, you know, 10 times or less in 2018. It's a fight. It costs $20 per mile. There's maintenance. There's, you know, the registration on cars. There's all of that. Your gasoline, everything. Everything's a fight to keep it and to maintain what you got and what you have. So really, you guys want to lock, right? A lot of people you guys want to get your goals. Are you willing to pay for it, essentially? And are you, with effort and fighting, your job, you got this new job, you have to fight to keep it. You got to wake up and do that stuff. So hopefully you get where I'm coming from with all this. And now the devil's goal is to get you to not fight or to beat you in the fight. So he's going to use tricks or tactics, and that's the best part. You know, it's just like watching gameplay of any athlete. There's people do similar stuff. People have certain tactics to win. Distraction is the #1 thing. Wasting your time, getting you to put your funds elsewhere, self-doubt, and really, if you simplify it, I think on a core level, money, power, and I think the opposite sex or sexual desire usually throws people off, because that, you know, you've heard the term thinking with your dick. That could draw you away from your goals. Money, chasing money, or you're like, oh, I don't have money, I need money. That'll get you to do something else. And then power. If you feel like you have power, you feel you don't have power, he uses both of those tricks, and that's it. And really, the devil just lies. That's the #1 tool, is falseness and doubting, and getting you to doubt, and getting you to believe. Even then, that's the crazy part, because how am I going to say this? You know, sometimes the lie is believing the reality, right? Saying you are stuck in this reality. This is reality, okay? This is who you are. This is where you were born. This is where you're raised. This is how much money you have. You make this much. That's it. That's the reality of it. But that's kind of a lie, because go look at Howard Schultz, you know, Starbucks. Go look at Oprah. Go look at any billionaires. Where they started from, very similar to a lot of people. If they believe their realistic situation, they would not be there, myself included. And really my whole family, even if my parents, you know, believed everything that they heard when they were younger, and they stayed in Egypt. You know, you guys wouldn't have Josh Answers. I wouldn't be on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I probably would, but I'd be like, hello, nice to meet you, hey, America, well, speaker, okay. But hopefully you see what I'm saying. Let me see the next point. Well, I think I covered most of it there, but the last thing I'm going to say, by definition, you could go look it up, what Satan means, what the devil means, it's the accuser. And that's why I've said to this, okay, I got my jewel in my hand, I don't accuse myself of that, I need to stop it, and you know, but I don't condemn myself, and neither should you guys, and guess what? If you lose money in a trade, you're not doing good. You make a setback, which is natural. And a lot of you guys are missing. I always say God's plan like it's a Drake song. But there's all steps to what you're learning. Like I said, if you want something bigger, you have to fight for a lot more. This is all preparing you to handle. So think about the future. Think 5-10 years from now. But the days move by slow. But the accuser's job is just simply to remind you of all of your failures. That's it. That's how you're going to lose, you know, that's why you're not accomplishing your goals. You're thinking of all your failures. You're believing it every time, and you're letting that define who you are, when that's not the case. And simple as that. And you guys got to realize, at the end of the day, 500 people, 1,000 people are going to watch this video, just like the rest of my videos. You guys say, like, why am I saying this stuff to you? What is my benefit? What, 10, 20 bucks YouTube ad revenue? You guys will be on the stream. I'll lose subscribers talking about this. So if you think this is cliche, this is not, it's not. I'm really giving you facts that I've used in my life. I was blessed enough to have early access to this, but you know, go look at my posts. Like my mom, I cooked my rack of lamb, and she said if there's too much blood, it's a sin. I didn't believe in the Bible and stuff like that for a long time, and that's what I'm not promoting, but I just had a control of my mind. I really was in my head a lot, and I just didn't believe, you know, anything or anybody. I was very skeptical, and that's why I have a degree in everything, you know what I'm saying? But this shit has helped me. It's helping me right now. This is why do you think I do what I do? And this is why, you know, I'm able, you guys see the trades, you'll see losses, you'll see wins. It's, you know, I'm telling you this for a reason, and I really hope, I don't know who's going to listen to this and who is, but hopefully this clicks with something for you. And I'll tell you now, you might listen to this and you're going to get motivated, and 2 days later, you're going to forget that's part of the devil. You know, he wants to keep you bored. He wants to keep you just literally like slowly boiling it. It's your job to remind yourself this stuff. It's your job. Go look on my Instagram post. I put it up there of November. I wrote it down. I wrote down what the devil does. I wrote down where my weaknesses are. What you know, what do I see killing me? You know what I'm saying? And I said this too. If you guys said to yourself, if somebody else, a random person, if I talk to you how you talk to yourself, you would fight me. You would hate me. You would unsubscribe me. If I was like, oh, you broke boy, you're never going to do anything in your life. Oh yeah, you tried this time. Like you don't have any shot. Like, dude, you suck. If I said that to you, you would unsubscribe me. You would hate Josh Answers. But some of you are saying that to yourself. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this helps you guys out. And I don't know who it is, but let's go. Keep this in mind, you guys. Get to your goals. Don't get distracted, man. And understand you're in a fight. And that's the best way you got to understand. If you want to always remind yourself, it's a fucking fight. That's all it is. So get ready. Anytime like, oh, what should I do? It's a fight. Just keep that in your mind so you understand you want something, you got to fight for. And it's not as crazy as it sounds. Fighting, you just got to put in effort. Or fighting is literally just going against the opposition. You know what I'm saying? There's mental games and this and that. So I hope you guys are ready. I hope you're prepared. I love y'all. Peace.